Hello everybody. I got a little project going here. I'm going to build a rifle rack, and it's just something I wanted to do. I've been sick for a while. I'm feeling better. I'm tired of sitting around, and I just had the urge to make something. And I don't know how it's going to turn out. It's been any finished type stuff like this I haven't done for a long time. But anyway, I have no idea how it's going to turn out. I bought some. I just bought pine, cheap wood, cheap lumber, because I don't want to spend a fortune on something that I might end up burning. But anyway, I got. I'm just going to go ahead and video this. I don't even know if the video will turn out right. Whatever, but just for fun, see what happens. So all I did was find a picture. I found a picture online. I'm just going off this picture online, kind of winging it, no real plan. You can see I got a layout here, and you can see the pencil lines. I'm going to cut this out. You'll see, it'll come together. It'll come together. I'll show you the picture too that I'm going off of. I'm making modifications as I go. There's no plan. I'm just winging it. All right, so I used my jigsaw and I cut my cut everything out. So this out of the way. So I got that all cut out using the jigsaw. Probably a bandsaw would have been a much easier saw to use, but I don't have a bandsaw, so I just use my jigsaw. So here I got one side of my rifle rack. That's the very end. I'm going to use this one as my pattern for the other side. And I'm just going to trace around the first one I cut. And I got that all marked up, and I'll cut it out. And then we'll have Alright, so I got my two pieces cut out. What I've done, I've clamped them together. They don't quite match, just from cutting them out. So I'm gonna have to do some sanding and some trimming and get them so they're twins. They're more identical than what they are at the moment. So do a little cutting, some sanding, and see how that works out. Alright, so now I got it all sanded, and they're pretty much identical at this point, or at least identical enough. So there we go. Got my two sides. All right, moving on. Okay, so now I've got to start on the horizontal pieces. So what I've done is I measured, hang on, I got this marked out here. Every 2 inches here, then every 2 inches, inch and a half, 2 inches, inch and a half, 2 inches, so on and so forth. And I got a 2-inch hole saw. So these are going to make the slots for the rifles to lean against. And this width is going to determine my overall width of my rifle rack. So I'm gonna get this. I gotta finish marking this out, and then drill the holes, and then cut it all out, sand it, make it nice and pretty, and then we'll move from there. We'll move on from there and get the other horizontal pieces so it's all ready to go. So you see I got where the holes were, now I got slots cut. That's where the barrels of the rifles will sit. So this will be 5, 6, 7, 8. This should be able to hold eight rifles or shotguns or whatever. So, and this determines our length of the thing. So now I got to cut a few more horizontal pieces. We're getting there. We're getting there. All right, I don't know where I left off last. I'm not used to making these videos, so I don't know. Anyway, I got my vertical piece or horizontal pieces all cut. I think. We'll figure it out. So now what I'm doing, I'm marking, getting these marked here. What I want to do is cut that out so my horizontal pieces can fit in there. And I can glue them, screw them, make it tight. So that's what I'm working on now. All right, so I've cut grooves in my vertical pieces, see? Got grooves cut in there. And that is so that these horizontal pieces will fit right in there. That way they're supported, not just hanging off the screws. They're supported by the actual wood. So that's what I did. That's what I've been doing. So I got those. On each side. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is take my router and I'm going to route all the corners so they're nice and round instead of squared off like this. So nice and round. So got my router, I already got it set, I'm ready to go. But listen, here's the thing. When I was in my 20s, I hacked my finger with a router. Took a nice chunk out of it. I'm surprised it's healed all up the way it has. Anyway, if you can imagine, sometimes just thinking about it makes me want to pass out, but getting your finger in a router. I did that. So, for years, there's a little anxiety with using a router because it got me. So, these things will bite. You got to be careful. But I'm going to route these. I'm going to route my pieces and hopefully not have any flashbacks and go schizo. got my pieces all routed the way I want them, and no blood, no hellish nightmares. So got all 10. So far so good. Okay, I think I got all my pieces cut out. I think. And I got them routed, got them sanded, so I'm gonna start assembling. So we'll see how that goes. Who knows? See, I got my pieces all set up here. There's my ends. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. All right, I'm not sure I'm gonna cut out for this video stuff. I keep forgetting to turn the video on and showing you what I'm doing. But anyway, I'm having a hell of a good time. Just me and some wood. I haven't done something like this since, I don't know when, high school. Anyway, I'm having a good time. So, I drilled some holes for my screws, and I'm countersinking those. But I'm not really into this video stuff. I mean, honestly, you hear my music playing, I'm listening to music, I'm cutting wood, I can smell the lumber, it smells good. Anyway, I'll keep making the video just because I started it and I want to finish it. But I gotta be honest, I'm just having a high old time cutting wood, drilling holes, measuring, fitting, blah, 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 blah. So, anyway, right now I'm making some countersunk holes so I can put some screws so I can start assembling this thing. More to come. All right, well, I think I'm done for the day. Sorry. I think I'm done for the day. Here, I'll show you what I got to so far. I assembled everything. Well, not everything, but I assembled everything that I cut out today and sanded and got ready. So here's where we're at so far. I got everything put together. Now you can see what's happening. Got a nice rifle rack going here. So I got tools everywhere, laying all over the place. That's part of the project, I guess. Anyway, I got a little more to do tomorrow. I'll probably finish it up tomorrow. So we'll do a little more tomorrow and see how it turns out. Good morning. It's another day. We're gonna finish our rifle rack today. Okay, I want to show you some stuff I did off camera. I just added a few finishing pieces and whatnot. So down here, see this back? Put this 1/4-inch plywood back on. So our little cubby holes down there have a back. Then up here we have this board in here. This is the back. The butts of the guns will lay in here. This will keep them from flipping out, and this keeps them going too far back. So I got this little trough for them to sit in. And then I had some scrap. I had a piece of scrap block that just fit perfect in there. So it really serves no purpose other than to make a little divider down there. So if you're going to store boxes of ammo or something like that, you can divide them up in that divider. So that's where we're at right now. Okay, what I'm doing now, I've been debating about whether I should stain this. Actually, I've been picturing staining it this whole time. But what I'm ended up doing, is cheating. And I found some paint that I'm going to use instead of stain. So what I did is I put caulking in all my joints and stuff, because some of them were just atrocious. You know, this cheap pine had some cup to it, so things didn't fit together. You know, perfectly. So rather than stain it, I'm going to hide all that with paint. And I really don't want to sand it. It's not a finished. It's not like a, you know, piece of furniture or whatever. It's more utilitarian than anything, and it's more because I wanted something to do. But so I'm going to finish by painting it instead of staining it. So I got all my joints caulked. That way, you know, it's nice and everything's nice and tight. Okay, so I found a can of flat black paint on my shelf. So rather than staining it, I'm going to paint it with this flat black. Flat black, it'll hide a lot of the imperfections and the gaps and the, you know, even though I caulked everything. But anyway, it'll make a nice finish, flat black. So you can see I already just got started. So just gotta finish painting this up. Okay, we got it all finished up. It's all painted. And you see I put some felt in this trough where the rifles will sit, the butt will sit on in that trough down there. So I put some felt down there just to soften it up a little bit. That white, you see that white craft glue, that'll dry clear. So it won't look as sloppy as it looks right now once it's all dry. Then I also put this cable through here so you can fish this through the trigger holes. And then I got a padlock to connect that, so you can lock them up. It won't be you know, super secure to keep it like a safe or something, but I mean it might keep a curious child from getting a gun out off the rack kind of thing. So there it is, just a little weekend project. Something to do on a Friday evening. So it was fun. I enjoyed it. So hey, thanks for watching my video. I don't know how it's going to turn out. Whatever. It's something fun to do. It's fun for me anyway. You know, I hope you enjoyed it. Just remember to make time for yourself. We work hard all the time. And, just whatever you enjoy doing, whatever it happens to be. Take some time every so often and create something. You know, do something just for yourself, not for any other reason. I don't need this thing. It was just something to do, you know. So it wasn't a necessity. It's just something fun. All right, thanks a lot. We'll see ya.